May 6, 1937, 7:20 p.m. Lakehurst, New Jersey. The Hindenburg is arriving from Germany. She's the largest flying machine ever built. 804 feet long, 3 times longer than a Boeing 747. She's filled with 7 million cubic feet of hydrogen gas. That's the key, hydrogen. It's lighter than air, perfect for lifting, but it's also insanely flammable. Germany wanted to use helium, safe, non-flammable, but the United States has a monopoly on helium, and they refuse to export it. They're worried Nazi Germany will use it for military purposes. So the Hindenburg flies with hydrogen, a bomb waiting to go off. This is the luxury of 1937. Airship travel. You cross the Atlantic in 2.5 days instead of a week by ship. You dine on fine china. You sleep in private cabins. You drink in a pressurized smoking room. Yes, a smoking room on a hydrogen airship. The Hindenburg has a piano, made of aluminum and covered in pigskin to save weight. This is the future of travel, or so they think. 97 people are aboard, 36 passengers, 61 crew. Captain Ernst Lehmann is in command. He's one of the most experienced Zeppelin commanders alive. On the ground, radio reporter Herbert Morrison is setting up his equipment. He's here to record the landing for WLS Chicago, a routine arrival, or so he thinks. At 7:20 p.m., the Hindenburg drops her mooring ropes. 200 Navy ground crew grab them. Everything is normal, and in 3 minutes, the airship era will end forever. 7:25 p.m. The Hindenburg is 200 feet up, dropping mooring ropes, routine landing, and then fire. A small flame appears on the upper tail section. In 3 seconds, the entire tail is engulfed. The hydrogen ignites. 7 million cubic feet of flammable gas. The fire races forward along the ship's length at incredible speed. In 15 seconds, the entire airship is a fireball. The tail hits the ground first. The nose is still in the air. The ship is collapsing like a falling building. People are jumping from windows, 100 feet up. Some survive, some don't. On the ground, Herbert Morrison is recording for radio. He's crying, screaming, "Oh, the humanity! Oh, the humanity and all the passengers!" His voice is breaking. He's watching people burn alive. His audio recording will become the most famous disaster broadcast in history. Ground crew are running for their lives. The heat is intense. The ship is crashing down around them. 1 ground crewman will die. 36 people total will die. But here's the miracle. 62 people survive. Out of 97 aboard, 62 walk away. Some jump at the last second. Some ride the ship down and crawl out of the wreckage. Captain Ernst Lehmann survives the crash. But he's burned over 90% of his body. He'll die the next day. In 37 seconds, the Hindenburg is completely destroyed. 37 seconds, from elegant luxury airship to burning twisted metal. The aluminum framework melts. The fabric burns. The hydrogen is gone. The disaster is captured by newsreel cameras from every angle. Multiple camera crews filmed it. The footage shocks the world. The audio, Morrison crying, "Oh, the humanity," plays on radio stations everywhere. The world sees and hears the death of the airship era in real time. The investigation begins immediately. What caused the fire? There are theories. Theory 1, static electricity. The ship's fabric covering built up a massive static charge during the storm. When the mooring ropes hit the wet ground, the charge discharged near a hydrogen vent. Spark. Fire. Theory 2, sabotage. Some believe an anti-Nazi saboteur planted a bomb. The Hindenburg was a Nazi propaganda tool, but no evidence of a bomb is ever found. Theory 3, atmospheric electricity. A charge from the storm clouds ignited a small hydrogen leak at the tail. Theory 4, engine backfire. A diesel engine spark ignited vented hydrogen. The truth? We'll never know for certain. The most likely explanation: static discharge combined with a hydrogen leak, a perfect storm of circumstances. Captain Lehman survives the crash but dies the next day from burns. Before he dies, he says, "I don't understand it." 36 people die total, 13 passengers, 22 crew, and 1 ground crewman. But 62 survive. That's remarkable. Out of 97 people aboard a hydrogen fireball, 62 walk away. How? Many jumped at the last second. The ship crashed slowly, 37 seconds from fire to ground. That gave people time to escape. Some rode it down and crawled out. Some jumped from 20 feet up. The fabric and aluminum burned fast, but didn't explode. Hydrogen burns upward. Many people survived by staying below the flames. The disaster is front-page news worldwide. The newsreel footage plays in movie theaters everywhere. Herbert Morrison's audio broadcast, "Oh, the Humanity," plays on radio constantly. People hear his voice breaking. They hear him crying. It's the most emotional disaster broadcast ever recorded. Morrison is traumatized. He wishes he'd never recorded it. But his recording becomes history. The Hindenburg disaster ends the airship era immediately. Germany grounds the Graf Zeppelin, the only other passenger Zeppelin still flying. Within weeks, all commercial airship operations worldwide cease. Forever, the Deutsche Zeppelin Reederei Company, which operated the Hindenburg, closes. The age of the airship is over. Why? Economics and psychology. Airships were already losing to airplanes. Planes were faster. 200 miles per hour versus 84 miles per hour. Cheaper to operate, and improving rapidly in safety and capacity. The Hindenburg disaster was the final nail in the coffin. After the world watched the Hindenburg burn in 37 seconds, after they heard Herbert Morrison crying, "Oh, the Humanity," no one wanted to fly on airships anymore. The psychological damage was fatal. Hydrogen became a symbol of deadly hubris, and the world moved on. Airplanes won. By 1945, commercial aviation is booming. The DC-3, the Constellation. Jets are coming. Today, millions of people fly safely on airplanes every day. The airport 20 miles from Lakehurst, Newark Liberty, handles 46 million passengers a year, built on the grave of the airship industry. The Hindenburg's legacy isn't just about airships. It changed how we think about technology and safety. It taught us that innovation requires humility, that cutting corners kills, that the public demands safety, not just speed and luxury. The disaster created modern aviation safety standards. The rules and regulations that keep flying safe today were written in the smoke of the Hindenburg. Herbert Morrison's recording, "Oh, the Humanity," entered the English language. It's the phrase we use for mass tragedy, for disasters that shock us, for the moment when technology fails and people die. Morrison lived until 1989. He hated that recording. It reminded him of the worst day of his life. But historians say it's the most important disaster recording ever made. It captured the raw emotion of witnessing catastrophe. Today, the crash site at Lakehurst is a memorial. 36 names on a plaque, a quiet field. Visitors come to stand where history changed, where the airship Age died in flames, where 62 people miraculously survived, and where we learned that sometimes the future doesn't look like we expect. Sometimes the future burns, and sometimes from those ashes, something better rises. The airplane age, built on the lessons of 37 seconds that ended everything.